Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. On this video today, I would like to tell you something about if autistic people and other people with disabilities can, date someone. And people are wondering if that's actually possible, especially ones who are on the spectrum or have other disabilities and are wondering if they can fall in love with other people. The answer is yes. I mean, even though, anyone can fall in love, even if you're disabled or not, because that's a natural feeling that, both genders can have to someone. They can have it for the opposite gender or the same gender, but the thing is, though, sometimes, it can be harder, though, for people with disabilities to actually get a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is that they are seeing. Depends on the person, and because sometimes, sometimes not everyone accepts them for who they are, especially when they have trouble socializing and all that, and how to, interact with other people. And, or sometimes, it's hard for them to accept them because either they were born, different, like their faces are different, or or they can't speak or, walk or whatsoever, something like that can be a little harder for people to accept. And because, a lot of people, you know, sometimes because they're not comfortable with something like that, sometimes they're not comfortable being, dating someone with a disability, which can be hard to accept, though. I mean, and, I know how that feels. I mean, I've been in a relationship before, twice in my life, and, and I went out with, 5 girls in my life, and only had 2 girlfriends, and I've never dated a guy before either. But even with my case, because I'm autistic, being an adult can with autism can be a hard thing to do, especially if you fall in love with someone. Because with my case, I used to be obsessed with certain people in high school, but I was still not quite functioning properly those days, and I wouldn't know how the person is reacting to me and all that, and I wouldn't even know if they actually care about me or not, and because when my autism was taking over me, I was so focused on trying to socialize with a girl or whatsoever, and and it kind of backfires on me because I don't know how to react and how to actually socialize correctly. Well, especially, and that was also the same way when I was having trouble making friends at some point, because we don't know how to understand their facial expression or their body language and all that stuff. Because for those who have seen my video about autism, that's just a common thing that autistic people struggle with, especially if they're trying to find relationships. So with both genders, it can be extremely difficult, more difficult than people who don't have disabilities. But even me, I've gotten better over time, obviously. Like by towards the end of high school, I was starting to get better at socializing, and after I graduated, I've been doing a lot better reading people's faces. And because I've seen videos on what's the best way to actually tell how people react and all that. Well, but sometimes even I just gotta see for myself how it actually goes, because it can be hard for me to actually understand it without even seeing the picture or a video about what I'm trying to understand. So And I'm like anyone, who falls in love. Like, I do have, feelings for people, but the problem is that when it happens, though, like, because with my autism, I don't like things changing in my routine, and even people denying me is also a thing that triggers me, because it's still, as part of my routine. Like, I still want to keep the flow going, which is a very common thing for autistic people, and that's something that we just can't help. And sometimes, like, because people may not accept all people who are disabled or like have a mental disability or a physical disability. Well, because sometimes it can be harder for them to, date someone, because, like I said a little while ago, we're not all respected the same way sometimes, unfortunately. And I mean, not everyone respects me the same way. And well, that can be for anyone, really, because not everyone respects everyone the same way, which is sad too. And, like, because, like, they just think we're not natural and all that. But if, like, you were dating someone who has the same disorder like you or something like that, if you have a disorder, that is, any type, that is, they would understand each other. You guys would understand each other better, because you guys would go through the same problem that you suffer with and all that. But that doesn't mean you don't. But that doesn't mean you can't date someone who is. That doesn't mean you have to date someone who is disabled like you. You can date someone who isn't disabled. It doesn't matter if a disabled person dates another disabled person or a normal person. It doesn't matter, like, because anyone can fall in love. Because that's just a natural feeling that anyone can have. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't have those feelings. That's a natural thing that, of being a human being. But of course, not everyone's into falling in love with someone, just like, anyone in the world can be, because not everyone likes to date, and not everyone wants kids. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, with me, I don't want kids myself, so, because, it's too much to handle, and I can't stand, the loudness that they do with the crying and the screaming, because it triggers me, too. Overwhelms my brain too much. So, and now, excuse me, even when I was, trying to, like, socialize with girls, even with, like, how the way I am today, I still can have, difficult times, like, and even if they just want to be friends with me, I'm perfectly fine with that too. I mean, at least I can, I'm able to, be mature enough and be able to stay calm when, they say no. But they still care about me as a friend. But to me, even caring about them as a friend too is still good enough for me. I mean, even if I still like this girl or guy, I still may have feelings for them, but I respectfully, accept it the way it is. Because even being friends with them counts to me. So, it's just how it is. So, don't take this personal, everyone. And there's always someone else who can accept you for who you are. But remember, like, just be yourself. Which, when I mean be yourself, I mean, don't pretend to just be someone else just to get people to like you. It just doesn't work like that. Like, for example, say that I wanted to find a girl, and, I wanted to try to get her to like me. And I try to pretend to be someone I'm not. And then, guess what? It doesn't go the way I hope. Because when you pretend to be something else, like, I have a great personality, but if I, was pretending to be, maybe a nasty person or something, because maybe this woman is nasty too, that's not gonna work, because you can't just make things up like that, because that's how relationships can end fast. And like, it's like you're, well, technically that's considered you being a fake person, which means like you only pretend to be this person that of what you truly are, of what you truly are. And it doesn't work like that. And like, I only would date someone who is nice. Obviously they have to respect me and understand that I can get triggered from certain things, and when I'm triggered I have to be alone. That way they don't like make me get so aggressive or whatsoever, or do something to myself or whatsoever and all that. And I mean, and just like anyone, I'm a little picky, about certain people too, but I'm respectful though, and I say nothing, which you shouldn't be disrespectful anyway. Even if you don't think this person is good looking, or not your type, just don't ever be so disrespectful to them, like calling them names and all that stuff. It's not okay, no matter what the circumstances are. So you must always be respectful. Like, and if you don't like them, then I mean, if you don't like them as a friend or whatsoever, then just politely, well, at least try not to like say anything nasty, like I said just a while ago. Like, just respectfully maybe walk away or something like that. Stuff like that. And well, because even like even though most people accept me as a friend, because even girls, even if girls do have, these girls I like do have boyfriends, but they still accept me as a friend, and that's still good. I mean, because if they still accept me as a friend, that means they care. That means they care about me because of who I am. And if people accept you like that, even just as a friend, that's still a good thing. That means they still care about you, and that means they like you. Well, not, but I don't mean like you as a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatsoever. Unless if they did say they liked you like that. But I mean, if you're good friends with them, that still counts. So, but just like, respect their privacy and all that too, and don't like do like inappropriate things, of course, like as you do with trying to actually get a girlfriend and all that, like inappropriate touching and stuff like that. Like, don't do that. It's not a good thing, and it can even break your friendship too, and you don't want to do that. And well, another thing too is that now with me, for example, now even though I'm like any guy, guys that like the opposite gender, I mean, I do have that feeling in me about when I see an attractive woman and all that stuff. But I can't go too far though, because this is not something kids should know, because it could be inappropriate. So so how do I say this? All right, so like when a guy likes a girl, and they think they're pretty, and they have that feeling, they're that hormone thing or whatever it is. I can't go far into detail, like I said, because I don't want it to be inappropriate, especially for kids that are watching this. Now, even though I have that feeling for women sometimes too, even for men as well too. But what I don't like though is when, but I'm not like other guys though. He would say like I would do this or that to women. Like, some guys actually say that, especially to their friends or coworkers and all that. But to me, I think that's kind of inappropriate, especially with me, because I'm not like that. I'm not that kind of guy who can tolerate stuff like that. And also, I mean, I feel uncomfortable, and at the same time it makes me feel a little left out too. But also because well, to me, I just don't feel comfortable with that, and I don't want to get triggered from it either. So But I mean, that's just a natural thing that opposite genders have for that genders have for the opposite. Excuse me, opposite gender. Even women have the same thing for men and all that too. But it's really not, it's really not necessary to say stuff like that, you know. But if it was a doctor asking you these things about, you know, things like that, that's different because it's for medical reasons. And like I said, if they still accept you as a friend, that's all that really counts. And just because someone denies you, like doesn't want to date you or even not be your friend at all, don't let it bother you, because there's a lot of people out there. I mean, it's not going to be easy, I can tell you that, but like I still have hard times looking for boyfriends or girlfriends. And like I even tried online dating, especially once for adults with learning disabilities, but it didn't work. And because when I try to message someone and they don't answer me, then I get triggered because I feel like I'm being ignored. Well, technically that's also what it could probably be, because you don't know how they're reacting and all that stuff. And you don't even know this person either. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. No more online dating for me. And I have given that up ever since. I haven't been on online dating for almost 2.5 years or something now, because it doesn't work with me like that. And I never talk to anyone in public anymore. Like try to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't do that anymore, because I still can have trouble understanding how they're reacting sometimes. I may have my moments though when I can't focus properly and understand, their facial expression and all that stuff. And well, you know, and then it gets me triggered that way too, and especially because it's a complete stranger too. I mean, even though you can, but here's the thing, you can meet your match anywhere. It's not just public or even online. You can meet them at work, or maybe by friends, or maybe they're a close friend of yours that you've known for years or whatsoever, or by relatives, friends, your siblings, friends, anything like that. And, but like I said, because remember, always be respectful to them. And if they don't want to date you, you just move on. It's that simple, whether you have a disability or not. You always gotta be respectful. And even if they don't want to be friends with you either, then boo to them. So, I guess that's it for this video today. I hope this video was very helpful, and if anyone has any questions or would like to, ask me anything, ask me anything about this channel, and, or need some advice or whatsoever, for stuff like this, please feel free to comment on my YouTube channel, but please be polite. And, as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching my video. Bye.